One prompt, and Claude Code just inventoried and documented my entire Power BI workspace. Okay, so here's what just happened. About 2 weeks ago at Build, Microsoft announced a new public repository on GitHub that contains presently 28 different skills and several different personas that are going to help you do your Power BI and Fabric work much more effectively. This repo is open sourced and MIT licensed, which means that you can download this and read it right now, and it's not code, it's actually prose, which means that even for a non-coder like myself, I can make sense of this and leverage this tool and still be very comfortable with what this is doing. This is designed to key into your AI and harness of choice, meaning that it can work with Copilot CLI, Claude Code, Codex, Cursor, Windsurf, you name it. This is a brand new repository from Microsoft. It's already got about 520 stars the last time I checked, so we're going to dive into it today. Okay, so how did this actually work? Well, we're going to go through the setup in just a moment, but once you get it set up, all I had to do was authenticate with Microsoft, and then I gave it this prompt. I said, please use the Fabric skills to document the samples workspace. Samples is one of my workspaces. And you can see it connected to that workspace. It found some summary detail that it shared with me in the conversation here, but it also created this documentation markdown file. And so we can take a look at that right now. And so you can see here that it gave me a really detailed analysis of this workspace. So it's got a lot of great detail, high level. It goes into all the different assets therein, what some of the architectures are, some of the reports and the relationships to semantic models, and so on. So this is a really detailed report that is great for documentation purposes, for understanding what is in the report. And just imagine if you were to use this tool to document this report every time that you had a release to production, for example, or even every night. You could have it recreate this documentation or see what has meaningfully changed from one iteration to the next, or from one night to the next even. So before we install anything, we want to cover the mental model. So this is how the repo is structured. So we start out with ways to connect to the repository down here at the bottom. We've got the Power BI modeling MCP server and the Fabric MCP server. There is also, not pictured here, a Fabric CLI and an Azure CLI. AI tools love CLIs. Not only are they really good at using them, but they're also very token efficient as well. Above that, you've got currently 28 different skills. So think of these as the instructions to the AI as to how you actually do the work that you want to do. So these skills are going to access Fabric through these MCPs and CLIs down here. You've also got several different personas, and these sort of inform the personality of the AI, if you will. So for example, the Fabric admin is designed to be very security conscious. The Fabric IQ is designed to help answer natural language queries and to be very helpful, for example. And you've also got various bundles, and so these bundles will bundle one or more personas, one or more skills, and one or more of these ways to connect to Fabric. You can also just install the entire repo if you'd like to do that. And so the way to think about this is that you are going to install one or more of these bundles, and then you're going to act as a given persona. The persona, in turn, will delegate your instructions to one or more skills, and those skills are going to access content in Power BI and Fabric through one of these access tools. Okay, so let's say you're now ready to install the Fabric skills. So how would you do it? Well, there are a few different ways. So number one, you can simply type in /plugins install Fabric skills at Fabric collection, and that will install the entire repo, the entire collection if you want. You can also say Fabric consumption instead if you only want, for example, the consumption bundle. And you can also use the filter parameter and filter on the objects this way if you would like. Why might you want to do this? Well, for example, if you were to use this headlessly, say in a GitHub release pipeline, for example, you might want to limit the surface area over which the AI can operate. You might want to do this for security reasons, but you also might want to do it to keep the AI focused and limit the ability for the AI to become confused, for example. One other quick note on how you can install it. You can also just come here to the GitHub repo, copy this URL, and give that to your AI tool of choice. It can review the repo, and there's a number of different installation parameters here. Your AI can figure this out and run the commands necessary to install it for you. This repo is growing really fast. Like I say, it's only been out for about 2 weeks. It's on version 0.3.3 right now and has about 520 stars the last time I checked. What that means is that things might function differently a day, a week from now than they do right now, which means that your behavior might change, but also it means that something that doesn't work quite the way you want it to now might work much better in the future. So give it a try, keep trying. I promise you the efficiency gains are worth it. So you can build Power BI reports and models with this tool. You can ask plain English questions against your data sources. You can diagnose slow queries and investigate data warehouse health. You can even do real-time intelligence and even have it help you build out a medallion architecture if you want. What I want to know is what are the areas that you want to see more on, and I'm going to deep dive on those areas. So let me know that down in the comments below. And be sure to get subscribed so you won't miss those videos when they come out. For a link to that GitHub repo, it's in the description down below. And by the way, the repo comes with the Power BI Modeling MCP server, and I've already done a deep dive on that. You can check out that video right here. And I'll see you next time.